If we need to, we have Kong right in the wings. He can come out.
He can come out, yep, and do his Kongly things. Where did we get Kong from, Ed?
The House of Frankenstein provided him.
Oh, it's the bodyguard.
Of course.
Now this, I don't think this was. I think this was timed for. They didn't know her death was coming.
So this is purely coincidental.
Wow.
Coincidental. That's what I'm trying to say there. Because
How ironic.
this has been out on DVD, but this is the Blu-ray. It just came out.
Wow.
Ooh, extremely loud and incredibly close.
Was Tom Hanks nominated for this? Somebody was that was in this. Max von
Sydow,
Yeah.
I believe, was nominated supporting role. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Chipwrecked. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
They're gonna rock the boat, Dave.
Oh my God.
Well, the kids love it.
Do they?
Kids love the little chipmunks.
Do they?
I don't know. Maybe they don't these days. They're supposed to.
The Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay. Oh, a classic, Ed. The 70th anniversary of Casablanca. What a great film, Ed. What did you think of this film?
I've never seen the whole thing.
Neither have I.
I have it, though, in my collection. I should get it out for its 70th anniversary. But this is one of those giant packages they've done. I think this is Warner Brothers does this. And they had, it was on sale on Amazon, the Willy Wonka. And I never seen that. I said, I want to get it just for the giant package. I like the package, but I didn't get it. You could only fit one of those on your shelves.
In the Land of Blood and Honey.
Directed by Angelina Jolie.
I believe it was written and directed by Angelina Jolie.
And her leg.
And her leg sticking out.
Did you see that live, or you probably saw a clip of it?
I did not see it live. I saw, Entertainment Tonight running rampant with that story. Going crazy on the leg. And what was she doing? Sticking the leg out. And they're interviewing people like she did it on purpose. No, she didn't do it on purpose. Well, who cares? It's just a picture. It's just, she struck a pose.
It was funny. She got up there up on the stage, and she stood there, and then she posed and stuck the leg out. And then the next presenter that came up, some guy stuck his leg out. That was pretty funny. That was the highlight of the Oscars.
Well, let's face it. Angelina Jolie doing that is probably a better choice than, say, Kathy Bates.
Oh.
So I don't have a problem with Angelina Jolie striking that kind of a pose. And she's done it in the past.
Yeah, she's too thin, though. It was a very thin leg for my taste.
For your taste?
Yeah.
It's too thin?
She's very thin in her arms.
Yeah.
Too thin.
She's gotten super thin over the years.
Right, too thin. We like that Gia phase.
Well, we like the Gia movie.
Yeah.
Gee.
Gia. Okay. Well, that was the DVD releases, right?
That was.
Okay.
What's next? Do we want to go through the recent passings?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, the deaths we didn't do.
Let's go
we
through
did
that.
DVDs.
Very sad. Very morbid.
Dr. Morbid.
Morbid, right?
Haunted House. I got it now.
Ralph McQuarrie
Right.
of Parkinson's.
Do you know what he did from
Something with Star Wars.
He was
Voices?
he was the pre-production designer.
Oh.
He did the paintings right after he got the script, so he basically came up with the look of Star Wars, creating Darth Vader and C-3PO there from his sketches. He got some kind of idea from George Lucas, but he came up with the sketches.
Oh, Peter Breck. You know, the picture on the right is just totally unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary and clearly dictates that the man had dementia.
Why? Because he's wearing the same Breck outfit from the...
It's just the expression. You do a disservice to these poor people who have passed on.
Well, if that picture is, when I put his name in the illustrations and that picture comes up, it's going to be shown here. You know that.
Now, from the Big Valley, I actually enjoyed the Big Valley back in the day with Barbara Stanwyck, who has also passed. I think, well, you got Lee Majors still alive and Linda Evans.
Right, that's all.
Richard Long, who played Jared Barkley, died at, I think he was like 49.
And
Peter Breck just...
who was he? Which Barkley was he?
Jared Barkley was the lawyer, the attorney.
And
Peter Breck was Nick Barkley, the
Nick.
hot-headed, quick to fight when anyone said a bad word about the Barkley clan. And then Lee Majors was Tom Barkley's bastard son. And Linda Evans was the eye candy.
Right.
But I
Poor
don't,
Peter
I don't
Breck.
like that picture.
Yeah, I don't like to see him end up like that, but I'll
Oh, Ed.
Like
Whitney
a nice
Houston.
picture of her.
nice picture. I didn't put any of the crack pictures on.
No.
No, the crack.
I couldn't really find any. It was these 3 pictures that were coming up a lot.
Well, that's good. That's unfortunate. Poor Whitney.
Yeah.
Davy Jones. Oh. Here I come.
No, I was watching
Daydream bereaver.
the video of That Was Then, This Is Now. The original video, which was their comeback song.
Right, from '86.
But for some reason, Mickey or Davy was not on there. He did not sing.
He did not participate in that. I think that was that just Peter and Mickey.
It was Peter and Mickey, the 2 of them.
You could be correct. When they were going on a tour with that release, whenever they did the new songs, he would leave the stage and then come back for the Monkey stuff. I don't know what the exact reason for that was, but he, at that point in time, he had something to do, a problem with the new material that was released.
That didn't live up to the Monkees standards.
I'm not sure because their standards weren't that high. But you know what? I'm going to say this. I know we have time, but I will say this. Everyone knows Daydream Believer, Last Train to Clarksville, all those songs. But you know what? They do have some gems out there. They did musically later on, even though no one respected them, they did have some good songs. They got good songs that, that no one's heard of as we go along. You told me Door Into Summer, Daddy's Song. That was a pretty bad movie. But a lot of their good songs actually came off of that. You should check out that soundtrack. But they did have some good songs, good tunes. Underrated, Ed.
Underrated. I remember playing some Monkees songs from a record that I cut off on the back of
a cereal
alphabets,
box.
I believe. Do you remember those?
Yes.
It was 4. You had to look for the little check mark because they had all 4 songs on the record, but there was a little check mark next to the one you got. And I believe I got Valerie was the selection I got.
I got Teardrop City, which is from the Instant Replay CD or album back in the day.
Now, I'm sure they didn't put those on when the records were out. Those must have come out later, and I'm betting when the syndication, because I remember seeing the Monkees on Saturday morning around 12 o'clock. I don't remember them the first runs.
Yeah, that would probably have been around, say, between 70 and 72 when they were rerun Saturday mornings, I believe. I think it might have been NBC still.
And ad nauseum, I might add.
MTV did them to death in '86. I mean, it was a marathon. Just kept going and going and going, and then all of a sudden they were popular again. Go figure.
Have you seen any Monkees? Are you familiar with the Monkees at all?
I know of them. I don't know much about them.
Ah, it's a shame they didn't carry on, Dave.
You know what? They just did a 45th anniversary tour. For God's sakes, they're 70.
Did they come here? They were supposed to.
They were supposed to come here. They canceled because of internal conflicts.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I guess, like I said before, monkeys were throwing feces at each other, and they didn't get along, so they, canceled their American leg of the tour.
That's a shame they didn't get here to the Palace, wasn't it?
It was originally the Times Union Center, but since ticket sales were weak, they ended up going to the Palace, and I guess they were even weaker, so they canceled everything entirely. But it is, it's a piece of my youth, Ed.
Yeah, remember we saw the Monkees reunion in '86 at SPAC. Do you remember that, Dave?
Did I go?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
We both went, yeah.
Okay.
And there was a few other 60s groups on the bill there.
Yeah, I mean, pretty soon you're going to be hearing Bobby Sherman, Drops Dead, Peter Noon of Herman's Hermits. I don't know who else is left.
It's funny, a lot of people from the 70s or so, the singers, are dropping like flies, Dave. Jerry Rafferty.
What?
Jerry Rafferty's
gone.
I remember
that. That's right.
That guy, thank you for being a friend, whatever his name was, he's gone.
I don't know it either.
A lot of one-hit wonders are going. It's a sad time.
That's